because she's going to want some details because she didn't get a chance to go. So I'm just sitting here like, details.
That's so caring of you.
And then the beers just make a lot of the details go away. And you're just like, this is how I never remember the details.
From frosty arenas to heartfelt celebrations, this high-profile duo is making headlines everywhere. To start, Jason Kelce and Kelce appeared at the 2026 Winter Olympics, proudly supporting United States women's national ice hockey team as they powered past Sweden in a decisive victory, made even more meaningful by a special tie close to home. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce opened up about how Taylor Swift has positively influenced the way he approaches relationships, sharing a thoughtful and heartfelt perspective as they look ahead to their upcoming wedding celebration.
Friends of Taylor's that I've like been in the football world that I've been able to introduce her to, and I'm just like, all right, gotta remember, saw that person. Gotta remember, saw that person. Taylor's made me so much better.
Up next, it's revealed that Taylor once had a firm no athletes dating policy until Travis completely changed her perspective.
I'm very non-athlete because I'm not one, and I've always just been like, well, what would we talk about? And so you call me up like with this tone of like, you gotta start doing something.
And to top it all off, Taylor adds Olympic narrator to her growing list of talents, spotlighting America's figure skating stars and leaving fans asking for more. Picture this, the Winter Olympics are in full swing, Milan is electric, and somehow the Kelces have turned it into what feels like a hometown celebration on ice. Yes, Jason and Kelce are officially in Italy, fully embracing the Olympic spirit. And their first priority isn't pasta or sightseeing, it's watching Team USA dominate Sweden in women's hockey. On February 16th, the couple showed up at Milan's Santa Giulia Ice Arena and made their presence known. Jason, 38, proudly wore a Team USA hockey jersey like he was ready to jump into the action himself. Kylie kept it festive in a red, white, and blue knit sweater, bringing effortless patriotic style. From the stands, they cheered as the U.S. women delivered a commanding 5-0 semifinal victory over Sweden, a confident statement win that secured their place in the gold medal game against either Canada or Switzerland. No pressure at all. But here's the part that makes it even more meaningful. The Kelces weren't just celebrity spectators checking the Olympic schedule mid-flight. They have a genuine connection to one of the players on the ice, Layla Edwards, a Cleveland Heights native who now represents Team USA on defense. Cleveland Heights just happens to be Jason's hometown, making the moment even sweeter. Their support actually dates back to 2023, when Edwards earned her first national team selection. On their podcast, Jason and Travis gave her a shout-out after she made history as the first black woman to play for the team, a milestone that deserved recognition. Edwards later sent them a simple thank you message, likely not expecting much in return. Instead, Travis responded, and what followed was a thoughtful exchange.
I messaged with Travis a little bit. It was really cool. I was just thanking him, and he was super nice.
That's awesome. They should come out and see you play now.
I think they're going to be.
Fast forward to the Olympic build-up. Layla's family created a GoFundMe to help cover travel and hotel expenses so they could make the trip to Milan and support her in person, because while Olympic dreams are priceless, international travel certainly isn't. Both Jason and Travis stepped up with donations to help turn that dream into reality. Travis didn't stop there either. He stayed in touch to see if there were additional ways he could support. Getting encouragement from NFL stars in your messages is exciting. But having them help your family experience the Olympics firsthand? That's a whole different level of support.
Cool. They didn't have to do that, and Travis did a kind donation that's going to help my family get over.
It was incredibly thoughtful, she shared. They absolutely didn't have to do that. And Travis made a generous contribution that's truly helping my family be there. By the time the semifinal arrives, Jason and Kylie are in the stands, proudly supporting their hometown star. Meanwhile, Layla is focused and steady on defense, playing a key role in Team USA's dominant performance. After the game, she tells reporters she hasn't crossed paths with Jason and Kylie in Milan just yet, but she's excited knowing they're in the arena cheering her on. Just imagine discovering, in the middle of the Olympics, that one of the most well-known football families in America is in the crowd supporting you. That's the kind of moment you never forget. Layla isn't just soaking in the Olympic moment, she's built an impressive resume long before arriving on this stage. The University of Wisconsin standout has already captured 2 NCAA championships with the Badgers and earned a 2025 World Championship title. Winning isn't new territory for her. Still, she's made it clear that this Olympic team feels different. In her words, it's one of the strongest groups she's ever been part of. The chemistry is natural, the energy is high, and the mission is simple: bring home gold for the first time in 8 years. Meanwhile, in a completely different high-pressure arena, Travis Kelce is opening up about a personal transformation of his own and giving credit where it's due. With wedding excitement building in the background, he recently shared that one of the biggest upgrades in his life has been his listening skills. Appearing on Kelce's podcast, Travis joined a lighthearted conversation about how Jason sometimes misses small details and stories. Kelce joked about the kinds of questions that require remembering who said what someone was wearing, and why a distant connection suddenly matters. That's when Travis admitted that being with Taylor for more than 2 years has completely shifted his approach. He explained that he's become far more attentive and detail-oriented, almost like installing a premium upgrade to his memory. When he attended the 2026 NFL Honors Solo, without Taylor by his side, he knew he couldn't just greet people and call it a night. Instead, he paid close attention, mentally noting every interaction with friends and familiar faces in her circle. He understood that later on, she'd appreciate a full recap, and he wanted to be ready.
Through an entire day, like yesterday, I was going through the other podcast party. And
Yes.
the whole time I'm saying hi to all these familiar faces and some friends of Taylor's that I've like been in the football world that I've been able to introduce her to. And I'm just like, all right, got to remember, saw that person. Got to remember, saw that person. Taylor's made me so much better at that.
Picture Travis moving through the awards show like he's on a quiet mission, mentally replaying names, conversations, and small details so nothing slips his mind later. According to insiders, he was intentionally taking it all in, fully aware that once he got home, there would be thoughtful follow-up questions waiting. Call it growth. Call it character development. Either way, it's a level up we love to see.
She's going to want some details because she didn't get a chance to go. So I'm
Yes.
just sitting here like, details.
That's so caring of you.
And then the beers just make a lot of the details go away. And you're just like, this is how I never remember the detail.
And honestly, it's pretty endearing. This is the same Travis once known mostly for touchdown celebrations and high-energy podcast moments, and now he's openly prioritizing emotional awareness and thoughtful communication. That's growth you can actually see. Somewhere, relationship experts are probably giving a quiet round of applause. All of this personal evolution is unfolding while wedding speculation continues to build. Reports suggest the big day could experience a slight delay, nothing dramatic, just timing and real-life decisions playing a role. With his contract nearing its end, Travis is reportedly considering a major career move as retirement talk begins circulating. He's enjoying the offseason but hasn't finalized what comes next. In other words, he's facing some significant life decisions, the kind that shape the next chapter.
Honestly, I've been just focused on trying to win football games, man. I'll let that be a decision that I make with my family, friends, the Chiefs organization.
Adding to the whirlwind, Taylor's world is rarely quiet for long. There's been speculation that she could potentially be connected to legal proceedings related to Blake Lively's ongoing situation involving Justin Baldoni. Nothing has been confirmed, but it's the kind of Hollywood meets courtroom storyline that keeps headlines moving fast. Through all the outside noise, Taylor and Travis are reportedly trying to keep their wedding plans as private as possible, which, for two global superstars, is no small task. They're said to be protecting the process, hoping to avoid turning every venue visit or cake tasting into a trending topic. What makes the story even better? Taylor once had a firm no athletes rule when it came to dating. Before the Kansas City Chiefs star came along, she reportedly didn't see sports figures as her type. Over the years, she's been linked to fellow creatives like John Mayer, Jake Gyllenhaal, Joe Alwyn, and Harry Styles, artists and actors who seemed to fit neatly into her world. At one point, she even admitted she assumed athletes might not share enough common ground with her creative life. But that assumption didn't age well. In her Disney Plus documentary series Miss Americana, Taylor reflected on how she used to gravitate toward musicians and actors because she felt she could relate to them more easily.
Very non-athlete, because I'm not one, and I've always just been like, well, what would we talk?
Then came the pivotal phone call from Andrea, Taylor's mom, whose tone reportedly carried a mix of calm and urgency. Basically, don't panic, but listen closely. Andrea mentioned there was someone new. He was charming. And maybe, just maybe, it was time for Taylor to consider a fresh approach and try something different for once.
Me up like with this tone of like, hey, so I know you're gonna not react well to this, but there's a guy.
He's really cute.
You said something to the effect of like, you gotta start doing something different.
Andrea appeared to switch into full FBI-level background check mode. After spotting headlines about Travis attending Taylor's concert with a friendship bracelet and making a bold attempt to get her attention, she reached out to her self-appointed Kansas City Chiefs expert, also known as her cousin Robin, for a full scouting report. Robin didn't hold back in her praise, describing Travis as genuinely kind and especially close to his mom. That, apparently, was the winning combination. A good-hearted guy who values his family? That was all the reassurance Andrea needed.
Of course, I call up my resident expert on Kansas City Chiefs, my cousin Robin, and I go, tell me about this guy named Travis Kelce. And she goes, oh my God, he's the nicest guy. And you know what? He really loves his mom. I went, ding, 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 ding.
Andrea reportedly had a full light bulb moment and immediately switched into matchmaking mode, trying to figure out how she could engineer the perfect first meeting. And, as we all know, things seemed to fall into place from there. Meanwhile, Taylor is now casually narrating the Olympics as if it's just another line on her resume. Apparently conquering massive stadium tours wasn't enough. She stepped back into the studio to lend her voice to Team USA's figure skating hype video. Yes, the same artist who can captivate listeners with a single song is now introducing America's ice royalty ahead of their big moment in Milan. The trio, Alyssa Liu, Amber Glenn, and Isabeau Levito, have been nicknamed the Blade Angels, a title that already sounds like it belongs to a blockbuster franchise. The intro video feels cinematic. Her latest single plays softly in the background, the lighting sparkles with a silvery glow, and the skaters glide across the ice as if moving in slow motion. Then Taylor's voice comes in, steady and dramatic, presenting them like headline stars of the Winter Games. She highlights their perseverance and remarkable journeys, describing them as standout American performers on ice and emphasizing their resilience, comeback stories, and exceptional talent, like a trailer for the most inspiring sports film of the decade. Amber is recognized for turning setbacks into stepping stones. Alyssa's return to competition after retiring at 16 is framed as a powerful new chapter. Isabeau is portrayed as someone whose grace on the ice feels almost destined. Subtle? Not exactly. Effective? Completely. Fans, unsurprisingly, were thrilled. Social media lit up with jokes that Taylor could read a grocery list and make it sound award-worthy. Some are calling for an audiobook project, while others are even suggesting she try sports commentary, imagining the internet would explode within seconds.